in the shadow of the old oak tree, where the creek sings low. We carved our names young and bold in the bark whispering so. Underneath that heaven stretch where wild horses roam, I told you dreams of dusty trails, not yet knowing about the roads we'd comb. But unspoken words, they burn like the western sunset's glow, leaving shadows neath my eyes where your laughter used to flow. And every gust of prairie wind carries whispers sweet and stern of what I should have said, for those bridges learned to burn. Now the porch creek's empty where your scarf once danced in breeze, and the saddle lays forgotten with no one left to please. The cabin's bare as the desert's soul, the gravel road's been tamed, just echoes of your footsteps in a town that forgot my name. Unspoken words, they burn like the western sunset's glow, leaving shadows neath my eyes where your laughter used to flow. And every gust of prairie wind carries whispers sweet and stern of what I should have said, for those bridges learned to burn. Now where rivers run, the willows weep, and time peels at the barn, I learned that love's a keeper of the flame that never warms. Could those whisper winds, my darling, to your heart return? Or do they wander lost like me beneath the stars that yearn? So unspoken words, they burn like the western sunset's glow, fading trails and twilight's dust where our memories refuse to go. The night's cold blanket falls, the coyote lonely yearns for unspoken words that echo deep in the fire that always burns. In the hush of dawn, 'neath the old oak sway, I found her scarf, blue as the new day. Memories flood like the creek after rain, of laughter shared on this dusty plain. She danced with the wind where the wildflowers lay, in a town too quiet where shadows stay. Oh, her shadow stays, though she's gone away, in the corners of the night, in the edges of the day. On the old porch swing, I can hear her say, love like ours, darling, it never fades. But the wind's a cruel player with the games it plays. She's a fading trail, but her shadow stays. The old cabin stands on the gravel road, windows blank stare, bare stories untold. Where we once were fire, now's but ash and dust. Her laughter's echo, a ghostly gust. Echoes of footsteps in the sunset's blaze. She rode into the horizon, but her shadow stays. Yes, her shadow stays as the daylight frays in the whisper of the leaves, in the silence of the grays. On the empty bed where the cool breeze plays, love finds its rest, darling, she'd phrase. But my heart's left wandering through a lonesome maze. She's the song that ends, but a shadow stays. Now I roam these lands astray without a home, chasing echoes and a ghost in the twilight's comb. Where the rivers sing and the mountains gaze, I look for her in the dawn's soft rays. Still a shadow stays in the quiet ways, in the rustle of the oaks where the old dog lays. As the night descends, as the cold air sways, love's a lasting light, darling, my heart conveys. Though I walk alone where the coyote brays, in the whispers of the wind, her shadow stays.
Tree meets the wide whispering wind, I found your scarf, a ghost on the branches worn thin. Remember the porch where we danced under starlit skies, now it creaks along, serenaded by my weary sighs. Oh, fading light left behind, how it bleeds through the night in the dusty trails where we once walked, now out of sight. Each sunset burns like the love that I've known now decline. In the fading light, in the shadows, you're still intertwined. Gravel roads where we roam now lay quiet and spare, old cabins whisper tales in the chill of thin air. The saddle where you sat now hangs untouched and old, like the secrets we shared now, just memories grown cold. Oh, fading light left behind, how it yearns through the night, echoes of laughter that drift over fields out of sight. Each sunset's glow is a reminder of a past confined. In the fading light, in the whispers, you're still entwined. By the riverside where the willows weep, I see your face in the water's deep. With every raindrop that the clouds provide, I feel you here by my lonely side. Oh, fading light left behind, how it fades into night. A cowboy's heart rides the shadows, chasing the light. In the twilight's embrace where our memories are enshrined. In the fading light, forever you're still in a intertwined. Through the fading light, my love, you're still intertwined. This tune carries the echoes of a heart that loved as wildly as the lands it roamed, holding on to the past with both hands, even as it slips like sand through the fingers.
By the creaky oak door, where the scarves hang free, I met your shadow neath the whispering tree. Old porch, listen to our laughter spill on that sun-kissed morn by the daffodil. Oh, the wind sings low through the lonely pines, carries tales of you in the waning lights. My heart's held fast on that rugged plain where love danced once, now just echoes remain. Years drifted like dust on a gravel road, you and the sunshine both swallowed whole. Empty cabin with its fading trails keeps the ghost of your perfume and our fairy tales. Oh, the wind sings low through the lonely pines, carries tales of you in the waning lights. My heart's held fast on that rugged plain where love danced once, now just echoes remain. On that porch I reckon life's etched in the wood, where we carved our names, swore we always would. But time has a way turning oh to dust, leaves me whispering to the stars as the sunset must. Oh, the wind sings low through the lonely pines, carries tales of you in the fading lights. My heart's held fast on that rugged plain where love danced once, now just shadows remain. Here's to the porch where the past listened in to the dreams we dreamed and the might have been. As the night draws close and the stars appear, I feel you near, though you're nowhere near.
In the shadow of Lonesome Hill, neath the whispering oak, where the sunset spills its gold and the old story spoke, I found a scarf of faded red, tangled in the breeze, every thread of memory dancing with the leaves. A lonesome hill whispers low and sweet of the girl I love, where the earth and sky meet. Now she's a ghost in the wind, a whisper in the rain. Her echo rides a valley on a train I can't detain. whispers roll like thunder through towns quiet and cold. Our cabin's just embers, the porch worn and old. Gone the laughter that filled up the dusty gravel road. Now it's just my lone shadow and her memories I hold. A lonesome hill whispers low and sweet of the girl I love, where the earth and sky meet. Her touch of faded sunlight on the saddle worn and gray. I'm a silhouette at sunset with too much gone away. There's solace in the saddle under stars that still roam, but every trail just circles back to her, my heart's home. Guess every lonesome cowboy with his song and his sin finds a stir up too empty where her laughter had been. So lonesome hill whispers and I whisper back, words lost on the wind down a long forgotten track. Maybe love's just a shadow, an echo fading slow. A heart holds its secrets where only wild winds go.
In the shadow of the oak, where the wild rivers bend, lies a memory of her, where the earth and sky blend. Sunset wrapped her in a shawl, all tattered and red, on that old wooden porch where our dreams were softly said. Oh, the wind closed her eyes with a whisper soft and sweet, and the trails we once walked now bear no trace of our feet. My heart rides these empty plains under cloudless grieving skies, for in the whisper of the trees the wind closed her eyes. There's an old cabin standing, worn by time and by rain. Its door creaks like the saddles that we rode through the pain. Gravel roads keep on winding through fields of dry golden grain, but her laughter's just an echo from the storms that never wane. Oh, the wind closed her eyes with a whisper soft and sweet, and the trails we once walked now bear no trace of our feet. My heart rides these empty plains under cloudless grieving skies, for in the whisper of the trees the wind closed her eyes. Now I wander through the silence of paths we used to roam, each step a heavy verse in this earthbound tone, lost in the symphony of a lonesome fading day. My soul finds solace as the skies turn to gray. Yes, the wind closed her eyes and the world just passed us by, in the dust of the trail under that wide open sky. Still I roam these quiet towns where our love was once a prize, forever haunted, forever bound
where the wind closed her eyes. So I sing to the mountains and to the stars above about a whisper in the pines and the woman I still love. Every sunset takes a breath and every nightfall replies to the tale of a cowboy where the wind closed her eyes. In the gray dawn by the old creek bed, a cold morning, listen to the words we said. Your laughter mingled with the rustling oaks. My heart was yours beneath woolen cloaks. We carved our names on the tavern door in that quiet town where the eagles soar. Now the wind whispers through empty halls, an echo of steps that once graced these walls. The dust settles where your laughter rang, and I'm just a shadow in the cold morning's fang. My scarf still holds the scent of rain, and my soul keeps riding, bound by your chain. Seasons turn like the pages of a book. Our old tree fell, no more sheltered nook. That old porch we swore would never age now creaks alone under time's heavy gauge. Gravel roads where we once stand still late lead to nowhere, sealed by fate's own gate. Now the wind whispers through empty halls, an echo of steps that once graced these walls. The dust settles where your laughter rang, and I'm just a shadow in the cold morning's fang. My saddle's worn from roads long traveled. Every sunset, a memory unraveled. By the fading trail I pause and look behind, searching for what I'll never find. The whispering pines and the settling dew tell tales of a love that once I knew. So the wind whispers through empty halls, an echo of dreams that dusk recalls. The dust settles where your laughter rang, and I'm just a shadow in the cold morning's fang. I'll ride on with a heart torn in two. Cold morning, listen, and it knew our truth. In the shade of the old oak tree by the creek where we once lay, I found a faded scarf you wore, now colors turned to gray. The wildlands whisper through the grass where our laughter used to sound. A lone cabin stands beneath the hill where our dreams were tightly bound. But now the wind sings lonesome through the sagewood, thin and dry. Moonlight dances on the gravel road where we said our last goodbye. Each sunset bleeds a deeper red, like the heart I can't reclaim. For in the dust of trails long gone, all that's left is your name.
on thunder and hooves over stones that mark the miles. The town's old porch creaks underfoot, echoing the missing smiles. Your laughter's just a ghost now in the shadows that I roam. This wanderer's heart beneath white skies, forever doomed to roam. But still the wind sings lonesome through the sagewood, thin and dry. Moonlight fades on the lonely roads where we said our last goodbye. Every star a piercing reminder of the eyes that match their gleam, lost in the dust of trails long gone, buried in a dream. Sometimes late at night I swear I hear the whisper of your voice, floating across the valleys, making my weary heart rejoice. But dawn breaks harsh on hills of silence, each day reborn anew, with nothing but the ache inside, memories of you. So I'll ride on with the sunset, my shadow long and lean, chasing echoes of what we were in places we've once been. Though the wind still sings through sagewood and the road stretches behind, the hardest trails are those we walk, in the memories left behind, in the dust of trails long gone, my heart forever confined.
Out by the creek where the cottonwoods grow, we carved our names in the bark so low, the summer wind through the branches would sway those whispers of love now far away. An old oak tree bears the scars we made, under its shade our promises lay. Memory washed away like dust down a lonesome road. Each step I take farther from the love I've known. The sunset bleeds, colors all turn to gray in the heart of a cowboy, where night meets the day. Memory washed away with the rain on the old porch swing. This wandering soul beneath the stars no longer sings. The cabin sits empty where laughter once filled the air. Now just echoes of your voice linger there. Your scarf on the hook still smells like spring rain. My heart holds the ache like the plains hold the plains down the gravel path where our dreams used to play. Only shadows remain as the light fades away. Memory washed away like dust down a lonesome road. Each step I take farther from the love I've known. The sunset bleeds, colors all turn to gray in the heart of a cowboy, where night meets the day. Memory washed away with the rain on the old porch swing. This wandering soul beneath the stars no longer sings. And oh, how the rivers run to places new. What wouldn't I give for one more day with you? like tracks on the desert floor. Looking back, can't see them, not anymore. The sunset's fire, now just a cooling ash. Hold on to the heartache as long as it lasts. Memory washed away, but in my dreams you'll stay, whispering love on that windswept, forgotten day. In the shadow of the oak, where the wild rye grows, I first saw her silhouette as the sunset glowed. Her laughter tangled in the breeze, sweet as falling rain. Every whispered secret bound to the golden grain. I rode through the heart of my dusty trails, underneath the starlit sky where the lone wolf wails. Every mile I travel, every road I roam, brings me back to where we were, but it ain't my home. Now the cabin's empty where we used to dance. Floorboards creak with memories, in the shadows glance. The oak tree's grown taller, stands alone against the wind, where her scarf caught on the branches where our love had been. I rode through the heart of my dusty trails, underneath the starlit sky where the lone wolf wails. Every town's just echoes of her laughter's tune. Every sunset's colder under the same old moon. On this old porch I sit, hat pulled down low. Gravel roads keep calling, but there's nowhere left to go. Guess the heart finds solace where the lost dreams lie, in the whispers of the rye fields under vast unending sky. I rode through the dreams where we once lay, through the paths grown over where I lost my way. With each town behind me, her memory fades to blue. I rode through my heart, and I rode on too. On the edge of Laramie, where the oaks grow wide and tall, found a cabin, walls of whispers in the shadows of the fall. She laughed under the porch light, scarf dancing with a breeze, her smile like a secret that brought me to my knees. but her smile hides like the sun behind the storm. In her eyes, a quiet sorrow, a heart torn. Every sunset paints her shadow on the trail she used to roam, and her smile hides a love that never found its home. Years have turned the roads worn down, gravel turned to dust. That old porch now silent, boards giving way to rust. Oak leaves whisper stories in the winds of passing time, of the girl with eyes like fire and the boy she left behind. Her smile hides like the moon behind the cloud. In her laugh, a longing buried, never loud. Now the cabin's empty echo plays the tune of faded dreams. Where her smile hides, nothing's as it seems. Underneath the starlit expanse, I replay our lost chance as the prairie calls me forth with a whisper akin to lore. In the fabric of the land, I now understand love's a wild, untamed horse running its course. Her smile hides beneath the endless drifting skies. In her grace, a solitude that never dies. Every trail I wander, every dusty road I roam, brings me back to her smile, a love that never found its home. And in the quiet of the dawn, before the world wakes to move on, her smile hides in the heart of a cowboy forever drawn.
Down by the river where the willows weep, she carved our names in the bark so deep. Underneath that old oak tree, her laughter rang wild and free. The dusty trails knew our wandering souls in the town where the church bell tolls. We danced through nights under starry lights, her voice in the wind holding me tight. But now the porch swings alone, the door softly moans, her scarf caught on the fence, faded and worn. And every sunset that bleeds into night whispers her name, her voice held tight. Roll like a lonesome freight through empty cabins and hearts that wait. Where once her boots by the doorway stood, now just echoes in a silent wood. The gravel roads they all remember, her smile and the fire's dying ember. But time it took what I held dear, left me with
shadows when I reach disappear. Now the porch swings alone, the door softly moans, her scarf caught on the fence, weathered and torn. And every sunset that bleeds into night cries out her name, her voice held tight. Vast unyielding skies, I see her eyes and the stars that rise. And though I roam through this endless plight, her soul's a lantern in my night. Still the porch swings alone, the door softly moans, her scarf caught on the fence, threads bare and shorn. As the twilight concedes to the night, I hold her close, her voice held tight in the quiet whispers of the night. Forever her voice, forever held tight. Out there where the old oak stands, under the weeping sky, I first saw her wild laughing eyes in the spring when the river was high. We carved our dreams in the bark, sealed them with a sunset's cry. But like the leaves that turn with time, some love just says goodbye. Storm stays in the hollows of this heart. Winds may twist the path, but from her memory I can't part. Rain falls on the tin roof like tears on an old porch light. And in the whisper of the pines, I'm with her every lonesome night. Years flew like dust off a cowboy's boots through seasons of endless roam. Her scarf still hangs by the door of the cabin that we called home. The trails that we once walked, now overgrown, tell the tales of days gone past. Like the shadow of an empty saddle, some things ain't meant to last. The storm stays in the hollows of this heart. Winds may twist the path, but from her memory I can't part. Rain falls on the tin roof like tears on an old porch light. And in the whisper of the pines, I'm with her every lonesome night. By the flicker of the firelight, I see her dancing free. Neath the stars I still remember what my heart won't let me be. So here I stand, a broken man, on roads that she once graced, holding on to a ghost of a girl in the storm that never fades. Storm stays, oh but how I've tried to ride past her memory's gate. Yet every sunset spills her colors in strokes I can't erase. Rain falls on this heart-soul porch like whispers of her life. And I know in the dust and the wind, she's never truly out of sight. So I sing this song to the storm, to the love that I still crave. beneath the vast eternal skies, till I take it to my grave.
Under the morning sky, my boots stir the dust of old, where the oak tree shadows fell long and secrets softly told. I once carved hearts in that bark where the wild rivers bend, her laughter tangled in the breeze, a melody without end. Oh, the morning sky called my name, and whispers of the past, wrapped in sorrow's frame. Every sunset bleeds like the scarf she'd wear, gone like smoke in the wild open air. The cabin's empty, swallowed by the creeping vines of time. Gravel roads lead to nowhere, to the echoes of the chime. That old porch still groans under the weight of ghostly feet, dancing shadows, faded trails, where our hearts would meet. Oh, the morning sky called my name, and whispers of the past, wrapped in sorrow's frame. Every sunset bleeds like the scarf she'd wear, gone like smoke in the wild open air. By the riverside, the stones hold the warmth, the sun's gone by. I touch the earth, feel her pulse beneath the expansive sky. A part of me lies buried in lands where we once roamed, forever wandering the plains I called home. Oh, the morning sky calls again as I tread this lonesome game, each step away from yesteryears where she called my name. In the quiet of the night, under stars cold and bare, her memory rides beside me, a silent prayer.
Out where the oak trees whisper low, under skies so vast and gray, I rode past the old yellow cabin where the winds of time sway. A scarf you left on the porch swing, fading now like old dreams, dances with the prairie dust in the sunlight's dying beams. A long ride forgot where the heart rides alone, on trails of tears where wildflowers once had grown. Echoes of your laughter in the valley's deep embrace vanish like the sunset's last lingering trace. Gravel roads to quiet towns where our names were softly spoken, now where the emptiness of days' promises bent and broken. Saddles worn and hearts torn in the shadows of our plight. The fire we had by the river's bend, now nothing but cold white light. A long ride forgot where the heart rides alone, on trails of tears where wildflowers A long ride forgot, yet I ride forth with your ghost beside my flame. Across the mountains, through the mist, where they still whisper your name. And maybe in another life, down another dusty track, I'll turn and see you once again. No more looking back. A long ride forgot, but your soul's forever here, etched upon the wild lands we once held dear.
In the shadow of the oak, where wild rivers lead, lies a whispering hollow where the canyon sleeps. Underneath that ancient sky, once our love did bloom, on a porch, a creek in wood, bound by summer's loom. Oh, the canyon sleeps, but my heart's awake, haunted by the echoes of the promises we'd make. The wind, it carries your laughter through the sweeps. I'm a ghost in this solitude, where the canyon sleeps. Days turn to dust, like pages in the sun. Your scarf still hangs on the cedar, but you're long gone. The trail's overgrown, where we used to ride, now just gravel roads and an empty cab inside. Oh, the canyon sleeps while my soul just weeps, lost in the shadows of the love that couldn't keep. Rain washes the old porch, but its secrets it still keeps. I'm alone with the whispering winds, where the canyon sleeps. By that lonely riverside, I let your memory dance. The setting sun knows my regret won't give a second chance. In the saddle I find solace beneath these starry sweeps, riding trails of yesterday, where the canyon weeps. Yes, the canyon sleeps, and in dreams I see your face. A love so wild and free, no time can e'er erase. But I'll keep riding through this life that onward creeps, forever bound to whisper back, where the canyon sleeps.
Sunset spills on a gravel road where we once walked slow, beneath the oak tree's ancient shade, near the creek's gentle flow. Your laughter mingled with the breeze, a scarf caught in the wind, in that quiet, dusty town where my heart did so depend. Oh, the creek left behind, with its whispering sighs, holds the echoes of our words under wide open skies. Now the water's running low, like the tears I've cried by the creek left behind, where my lonesome heart resides.
like thunderclouds. The porch creaks with my weight. That old swing's empty now, like the chair beside my gate. Your saddle's gathering dust in the barn where shadows sleep. I'm a drifter on these lands where memories cut so deep. Oh, the creek left behind with its whispering sighs holds the echoes of our words under wide open skies. Now the water's running low like the tears I've cried by the creek left behind, where my soul can't hide. In the stillness of the cabin where the fire's warmth has died, I see you in the flickering light dancing by my side. A whisper in the pine's embrace tells me you're not far, but like dust on that long winding road, you're an unreachable star. Oh, the creek left behind with its sorrowful cries, a testament of love under stormy autumn skies. I'm a shadow in the sunset, in a tale that never lies. At the creek left behind, a cowboy's heart never dies, fading out with a chilling breeze that once brought love so near. By the creek left behind, I'll disappear.
Out on the mesa where the wild sage grows, I met her under that old weathered oak. Her laughter danced on the breeze, touching my soul. In that quiet town where the river winds slow, her scarf a ribbon of red against the earth, twirling like a promise in the early morn's birth. But those eyes, the ones that shone like desert stars, now just a memory in my lonely heart's bars. Her eyes fell apart like rain on old clay, leaving colors running, washing dreams away. On empty porches where we once said our part, now only whispers stay, and her eyes fell apart. The years have tumbled like leaves in the wind, and the trails we rode have grown over and thin. The cabin we dreamed in now abandoned stands, a monument to love's labor lost to time's sands. The saddle hangs heavy, dusty and warm, like the heart in my chest, weathered and torn. Those gravel roads knew the steps of her boots, now they're silent as my old forgotten lute. Her eyes fell apart like rain on old clay, colors bleeding out, turning vibrant to gray. Where laughter echoed, now the silence takes part. She's gone with the wind, and her eyes fell apart. In the hush of the night, I stare at the stars, searching for a face
face in the moon's gentle scars, with the wind as my companion and the dust as my friend. I whisper secrets to the shadows as I mend. Her eyes fell apart like dusk into night, each star a teardrop she left in her flight. On these long roads where my soul can't restart, I carry her memory as her eyes fell apart. Her eyes fell apart. Her eyes fell apart.
Underneath the oak, where whispers cling to shadows, your laughter once danced upon the breeze. We carved our dreams in the bark, so shallow. Now they're fading like the leaves. The porch still creaks where you swayed in your silk scarf flowing. Each plank a tone of tales untold. In the cool of evening's glow, when the stars start showing, I feel your ghost, but it's the night that holds. Starry night haunts over old gravel roads, where my heart rides on but alone. Echoes of hoofbeats where our sunset once roamed. Starry night haunts where you're gone. That old cabin by the creek, now silent, forsaken. Windows stare blank like eyes that lost their gleam. The dusty paths we trod are overgrown, overtaken by the thorns of roses we planted in dreams. Here where rain once sang on tin roofs like a promise, now whispers secrets in a lonesome, mournful tone. Time swept you away, left me with a compass. Points to everywhere, but none of it feels home. Starry night haunts over old gravel roads, where my heart rides on but alone. Echoes of hoofbeats where our sunset once roamed. Starry night haunts, and I'm stoned. By the flickering light of the campfire's embers, I see the scars we left upon the land. As the flame surrenders like I remember, you slip once more right through my hands. Starry night haunts, oh, those trails long grown cold. Each step away stretches our bond. Echoes of love that the night air stole. Starry night haunts, but I ride on, forever carrying this heartache I've owned. Under these stars where you belong.
Out where the oak tree marks our names, carved deep in bark, a heart aflame. Beneath its boughs we swore in vain, in wild lands where the wind speaks in whispers. That old porch where your laughter rang, a melody midst the rustling plains. Now just a shadow under moon's wane, where a cracked frame lingers. Those days are dust, your scarf's undone, fading trails where we once run. Sunset paints the skies you won, but I'm just a shadow fading deeper. Oh, ghosts walk these empty roads through whispered pines and forgotten oaks. In the silence of this heavy load, my heart keeps calling to the keeper. The cabin stands on the ridge alone, its windows dark, its warmth unknown. Gravel roads reclaimed by thorn, echoes of our footsteps, now just echoes. That saddle hangs unwithered still, untouched by time against my will. Each dusk I trace the lonely hill, where memories like rivers softly flow. Those days are dust, your scarf's undone, fading trails where we once run. Sunset paints the skies you won, but I'm just a shadow fading deeper. Oh, ghosts walk these empty roads through whispered pines and forgotten oaks. In the silence of this heavy load, my heart keeps calling to the keeper. And so I ride beneath the stars, guided by the night's soft scars, learning that love like life is sparred by time's ungentle, cruel hands. Those days are dust, your scarf's undone, each sunset lost, each day is won. In this life where I must roam, I carry your love, my eternal home. The cracked frame lingers, but it's clear, in every whisper I feel you near. A cowboy's heart, lone but sincere, holding to memories I ride on alone. My heart keeps calling to